now. Let's see if this works how I want it to work. We're going to go a little earlier than we usually go. Oh, and I want to make it clear. Shout out to the Lions Collective. Shout out to everybody. That's a huge interview for them. So when I say it was terrible, I don't mean it was terrible. They weren't terrible. It wasn't terrible that they got it. I definitely don't mean that. So just want to clear up the name of the title of the video so that doesn't get confused anywhere part of this. Congratulations on them. That's a huge video. But at the same time, it does read or look like to me more like a press release than like an independent, like, I mean, it looks like y'all were in. And maybe that's a good thing, or maybe that's how it was designed, but it looked like they were in with the Detroit Lions or being used more as a platform for the Detroit Lions to get their message out than a back and forth between how fans felt versus how management felt. So that's kind of where I say it wasn't a good look for Brad Holmes, because his answers kind of were just answers that weren't really pushed back upon. Or I ain't really see a lot of, I don't know, man. It just seemed like a press release on behalf of the Detroit Lions. So that picture, wow. Shout out to you, Detroit fan, man. Yeah, so it mostly just seemed a lot like a press release. Now I got some clips that I want to go over. I got some clips that I want to go over and go through, and we can watch and react to. Let me check in, and then we can get right to it for real. Give me a second here. Pull up the stream. Everything good. All right. Can y'all hear me? Liddy Mob. What up, though? What up, Devin Think, man? What up, Nate? Make sure y'all like the video. Share it wherever you can. I did want to get that little disclaimer out there, though, for the Lions Collective, though, because that was nice. I mean, we haven't even been able to talk to Brad Holmes, so it was definitely cool as hell just to be able to get something out of him as far as content wise or whatever his response to it was. But on the one hand, it's the same. On the other hand, that's the same is not working. So we're gonna get into it. We definitely gonna get into it. Got my eyes on the chat. Shout out to everybody in here. Let's go ahead and run it through the first clip. Let me see here. The first clip I got is right here. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear this. Hold on. Gotta go here. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear this.
Well for both parties. Brad, in a league where running backs maybe aren't valued like they used to be, the consensus seems to be that you guys landed a really nice return here. 2 draft picks, obviously a potentially valuable roster player in Juice Bugs. The report was that David's preferred destination was Houston. I'm sure you guys entertain more options than just Houston, but can you explain how you navigated his trade market and just how pleased you were with the ultimate return?
Yeah, really, I knew he would have a market because he's a good player and he's still, in a.
They talking about trading David Montgomery.
But really,
want y'all to pay attention to what he says about Drew Scruggs here.
Is because it was multiple teams competing for his services, and so we were really happy with the draft picks, but then to able to get Scruggs in it.
I want y'all to pay attention to what he says about Drew Scruggs here.
Because it was multiple teams competing for his service. There were other teams that were willing to entertain similar kind of packages.
Honestly,
from where we were as a team, especially from an
we're gonna get into all of it.
To add a player like Scruggs, so he did a lot of work on in the draft process.
He said he did a lot of working with Scruggs in the draft process. That's all you need to hear.
His center ability.
You hear how he talks about him in center? I'll tell it. All right, watch.
Actually, was really impressive since he's gotten to the NFL, and then able to play both guard spots.
Both guard spots. He thinks very highly of Juice. I don't want to keep saying I told y'all so, but I told you. He thinks very, very, very highly of Drew Scruggs. So when I tell y'all that people keep going into this free agency saying, "Oh, it's just gonna be a role player that we sign here or a role player that we sign there," no, no, it's not. No, it's not. These role players are going to play. He liked Drew Scruggs, and y'all know how he feel about the players he drafted. And when he talks about Drew Scruggs, he talks about Drew Scruggs as if this is somebody who I think I got on a long-term investment. When I look at what he said to us, it proved they don't look at it the way we look at it. They're not in the Super Bowl business. They're in the get money business. It's still the Fords. How do you make a team profitable? I have the quarterback paid in Jared Goff. Y'all chant this. It's the fans' fault. That's the crazy part about it. Y'all go out there, y'all chant Jared Goff. Okay, cool. I got the running back, the Barry Sanders-esque. I got the nostalgic feel when Jahmyr Gibbs breaks a 50-yard, 60-yarder. I got St. Brown. I got Jamison Williams to take it over the top. I got Tom. He feels like we're going to win games enough to be competitive. We're always going to have a chance. There's always going to be the fans with these media platforms that say, the Lions are so close to a Super Bowl. Every move he makes, oh my God, what a key signing. This changes everything. Damone Clark. Like as long as we keep doing what we've been doing, we gonna keep getting what we've been getting. But I got more. I want to go to another clip real quick. Hold I have more clips. Let me get right. Right here.
That's the evaluation aspect of it.
Let me see if this updates in real time. Let's see if we on to the next clip over here. It zoomed in far as hell on that nigga knee. Hold on. Yeah, well, it's like that. Alright, that's cool. It don't matter. Oh, it do kind of matter. Hold on. See if I can do it like that. We're still looking at cut knee. Oh, well, look at his knee cut. Y'all just gotta listen to the words. I honestly think our Super Bowl window was over with after the championship game. Facing, we were knocking on the door just to lose to Brock Purdy. So where are the people that still trust Brad at? Can we balance audio levels at all? You're like 3 times louder than Holmes. No worries, if not. Thanks for this. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, for sure. I just gotta get the desktop audio. Don't worry about it, brother. Let's see. Audio input capture 2. Let's use desktop audio. Well, I'm going to be 3 times louder than Holmes, though. I have to unmute the desktop audio, so don't worry about it. That's actually not a problem. Just let me know if you can hear it. And I have both mics unmuted though. Let me see. Audio input capture. We can mute that one. And I have both of these unmuted. Alright, bet. So you still hearing me? That little double E shit should be gone. And then we go over to Mr. Brad Holmes here. Tell me if y'all can hear it.
So, you have some guys that you know a lot more well known, had started a lot more games. We're probably going to be in line
$2
for
super chat from my boy
money
Devon Hickman.
payday, but
Liddy Mob, we love you, bro. Keep up the grind. Appreciate you, my boy.
Man, obviously
Appreciate
did a
you,
lot
my
of work
boy.
on them coming out in
Let's run it back.
the evaluation aspect of it. So, you have some guys that you know a lot more well known, had started a lot more.
We're talking about Larry Borum on this
Probably
one.
be in line for a lot more money or a larger payday, but looking at Larry Borum, man, obviously did a lot of work on him coming out in the draft process. When he was with Chicago, had a lot of exposure of him playing a lot of different spots, but seeing what he did at Miami, especially at right tackle, and then when you start looking at the film, it's like, man, like this is probably about the most.
Can y'all hear that? How that sound, bro? Tell me how it sound. Oh, y'all can't hear nothing. Wait.
Seeing what he did at Miami, especially at right tackle, and then when you start looking at the film.
All right, bad.
Consistent ball that I've seen him play. And so then you start taking a deeper dive of him at right tackle, even in the past, and you start seeing this level of consistency versus the guard spots or the left tackle spots. And not saying that he can't play those spots too, because he can, but that's what kept him up there for us.
For him, again, when he's bringing in these cheap, low value contracts, again, these are guys that he really, really likes. And I'm telling you, there was another part of the interview where he said, you're going to look and you're going to see some of these guys that we keep saying are deaf guys. He takes that personal. That's the funny part about it to me. The funniest part about it is when everybody keeps making these videos and everybody keeps saying, hey, it's just deaf. Larry Borum, he's just deaf. Juice Scruggs, he's just deaf. Like, oh, he ain't gonna be nothing. Like the scout in him takes it personal because he got a little Bob Quinn in him. I ain't gonna lie. He think he's smart. He think he's smarter than everybody. Like, I ain't gonna say it like that, but like that. I don't know how else to say it. Like, y'all, because it's another part. He like, y'all, some of these signings that we say are deaf signings, you're gonna look back and say he played a lot of football for us. Nigga, that's not a good thing. He said like it's a good thing. But you know what the hell is? We go get through the season. And I still got Goff. I still got St. Brown. I still got Jahmyr Gibbs. We still gonna sell tickets. We still gonna sell merch. We gonna sell the shit out some merch. Isaiah Pacheco. Just go back and look at how fucking goofy and weird his introductory press conference was. It was lovable if you paint it that way as a media narrative, but it looked like an actor playing a role. He trying to sell merch because it's a machine, and he wants to fit into that with Gibbs. It was money being made behind that Sonic and Knuckles shit. It was brands and advertisements. That's what the world is about today. The Lions are a business, and the business ain't in going out there and winning the Super Bowl with Patrick Mahomes. That's a bigger business. We're in a smaller brand, a smaller market than that. As long as they can keep getting guys in here that can get you to, hey, can you beat Jordan Love? Can you beat Caleb Davis? Well, we hope. We hope Caleb Davis don't keep getting better and better and better. We hope. Because we think we can beat Jordan Love. We think we can beat Kyler Murray. We do. I mean, I don't know about next year. I don't know. I can't tell you we won't be last in the division again. I don't think we will. But I can't tell you we won't be last in the division. I can't tell you Kyler Murray and Jordan Love and Caleb Davis won't whoop our ass. I can't tell you that. But these guys, Scruggs, Larry Borum, He likes these players. We talk about some depth. He's thinking, no, I scouted, I watched. No, he can play. All right, bro.
And then again, there are constraints.
Okay.
So, you have to always weigh in that as well. So I think in terms of the player and his ability and his fit, and then, it was a player that we were able to fit from a financial standpoint as well. Because, really I keep using the word constraint. So let me break that down.
Explain, Detroit fan, man. What happened?
So
you said Borum having the Hutch rule. What happened?
And I didn't even realize this till probably a couple.
I don't even know what you meant by that. Well, yeah. So that's what I had on that one. That was for, again, watch out for Borum being a starter. The next one, he admits to being cheap on the edge, and he admits to doing it purposely. This is the one that kind of shocked me.
Edge rusher in this town. You guys have tried different players across from Hutch over the past few seasons. None have really stuck from year to year.
Yeah.
AQM seemed like a great signing last year. Of course, 11 sacks. He signs for similar money as in Tampa as you guys gave Wanham to sign here. Can you just explain your thought process in choosing in some ways Wanham over Al-Quadin Muhammad?
Well, actually, it wasn't. It wasn't one of. It didn't come down to that. It didn't come down to this player versus the other.
Listen to him.
He was another one that I knew what we needed to do on the offensive line. We were all very aware of what we were going to do on the offensive line, and so once we made those financial commitments on the offensive line, I pretty much had a good sense that I don't think that we're going to be able to do much else when it comes to that position.
That position. I don't think I was going to be up. Once I got Cade Mays. So, again, I have been telling y'all. I ain't going to say from the beginning because at first I got caught up in it too. But if you've been listening to me, I've been saying for a while now, the Lions can free up. It was all cap. It's all coat. And shout out to the Lions Collective. But I think the Lions are, this regime or whoever's in charge of it, they're smart enough to be a part of the YouTube collective now. So you got voices that they speak with and it's a great opportunity. So I can't act like I would be on there causing no fucking havoc if I'm just sitting next to Brad Holmes. I would get my question out, but I can't say I would go against the grain, so to speak, of the opportunity that all of these guys have. So I do respect that, like 100%. That's why I have nothing bad to say about the Lions Collective. Shout out to y'all. It's a great opportunity. I'm not mad at nobody. It's hard to go in there and want to be a little fire starter. You feel me? When you have a great opportunity sitting in front of you. So shout out to all those guys. But at the end of the day, I think the Lions saw this as a layup to kind of just, hey, these are our guys. They're on our side. We're going to use them as our voice. It's a win-win for both sides, but it's bullshit. Like, there's just no way that a premium position is being devalued so much by our general manager, bro. And edge isn't just a one side. You can't just have one edge. You have one edge that had 2 broken legs within 5 years. He needs help. If there's anyone that needs help, like even if you're the general manager, as you sit here, you will realize he broke one leg in college, came to the NFL, and then quickly broke the other one. So it's like he needs some help. He's been an Iron Man. He's been through a lot. We like him. We love him. Yeah. How hard is it to value the other edge position? And as we listen here, he said something that really, really pissed me off.
That's another expensive position. Like what they call it, it's a premium position. So basically, it wasn't like we're choosing this player over that player. I wouldn't even say the financials were exactly the same as well. But just once we made that decision for the offensive line, we made that commitment.
What's up, Judah?
It kind of took us out of some of those other options at edge rusher, including Muhammad. And I'm a huge fan of Muhammad.
Replacing Cade Mays is the reason we couldn't sign Muhammad, is what he just said. because those were all okay. No, Borum. That's why you gotta believe that Borum is going to be your starting tackle. Right? You hear what he just said. The moves that we made in free agency, which were signing Cade Mays, trading David Montgomery. You got Scruggs, who he talked about in the first clip, somebody he really liked. So you got Scruggs. And then you signed Borum. That's why we couldn't that's why we couldn't re-sign the guy that had 11.5 sacks. That's why we had to sign the 1-year, $6 million deal. Because we committed money to a position. He does not look at these guys that y'all keep calling death pieces as death pieces. I don't want to have to be the one to break it to y'all, but he really that cheap. And he feels like I've drafted well enough, which he made very clear in this video. I've drafted well enough to where I could be that cheap. Nobody asked him about Jared Goff's contract or why did we rush into that, committing long-term money. Why couldn't Jared Goff get the Kirk Cousins treatment? Why couldn't Jared Goff get the Sam Darnold treatment? It's worked out on short deals. Teams have gone straight there. Now, I'm not saying we should have been the Vikings and let go of Jared Goff after 1 year, but you could have signed a 3-year deal with heavy front-laden incentives or front-loaded or with guaranteed money rather than the full long-term deal, which then created the massive contract, is then created the need to restructure. And then these other restructures, they ain't coming. He ain't restructuring nobody else's. He said, my first-round picks earned to get paid. So, Jared Goff, you had to restructure. You want my first-round pick. You're not restructuring Sewell. He's not restructuring St. Brown. And he feels like it's crazy because and if he right, he a genius. That's what I will say. But it's like he feels like if I'm right, I took this itty bitty bit of cap space. I got Isaiah Pacheco. I got a starter in material in Juice Scruggs if somebody get hurt, and I got starter potential with Larry Borum. And then when it comes to the defensive end, is he looking for somebody in the draft? But he definitely feels like Wanham was a guy he liked. He talked about it. But we can keep going.
I mean, like I was so happy for what he did last year. He was another player that, had great dialogue with, but just weren't able to make it happen. So, again, but we're very excited about finding Wanham. Always been a fan of him coming out, especially when he was in the division. He did a lot of great things. He had some things that he had to overcome, but watching his tape last year, it was impressive, and they had him doing some things.
And that's where he loses me. He called a torn quad that led to rejection of stitches, to blood clots, 3 separate surgeries, something to get through. The life-threatening injury to him is something to get through. Like, you ever had that boss, bruh? Like, you ever had that real, like, he was so ambitious, like, he didn't see the job as nothing more than just numbers, bruh? Like, everybody, I'm the manager. If we gonna hit these numbers. I don't care what it look like. I don't care how we gotta fake it. As long as I hit these numbers in this store, it's like when I used to work at Walmart, bro. Boy, that's all he care about, bro. He loved DJ Wanham. That little injury he's something he had to get through. He still set the edge. Hold on, let him finish.
That were kind of, I would say, probably not right in his wheelhouse. I mean, a lot of dropping and, showing some athletic ability in the middle of the field that was refreshing to see. But he can still, he can set edges, he can set hard edges, and he can still win.
He can set hard edges. But what did he say after this? Hold on.
And rushes.
He can what?
And so he can play all up and down the line. So we're excited to get him.
I know you said it was
Still right in his wheelhouse. I mean, a lot of dropping and showing some athletic
Hold on now,
ability in the
Brad
middle
Holmes.
of the field that
You ain't gonna
was
talk to me like I'm
refreshing to
crazy.
see. But he can still he can set edges, he can set hard edges, and he can still win rushes. And so
He can win rushes. He ranked 109th in pass rush win rate. Who are you? What? And I wish, and like I said, that's why I say I respect it. Lies Collective, y'all got a great opportunity in front of y'all. So keep succeeding, man. Go be great in life. But I just wish somebody would have just bring up like, well, when he was ranked 109th in pass rush win rate. Is a situational pass rusher something you're looking for, or it's more of a idea than having a main? Because two of the guys that you signed, even the guy Hunter, as good as he could be with all his potential, he has a career high. He has 5 total sacks in his career. So what are we talking about? Like, all right, we understand the true edge setter position. We understand what you want out of your 5 tech. We understand. Is there a situational pass rusher that we can look forward to that you would think about in free agency, like a Von Miller, like a Khalil Mack, like a rookie? Name any David Bailey. Name anybody in the draft, right? If we're not talking about the true edge setters, like the kid. I don't forgot the names already. Zion Young. What's his name? Caden Elliott. What's his name? Y'all know what I'm talking about. I got the video. I'll go watch the video. But there's guys out there. Well, he's not even one of them. So we were talking about true third down situational pass rush. Is that something you would like to add? Because, we had the slowest time to rush in the league last year, and we've only gotten thinner at the position, and we got no better statistically at rushing the passer. We've gotten statistically worse. We've got quantifiably worse at rushing the passer, Brad Holmes. And again, Lies Collective, shout out to y'all. But, I just wish somebody would have just forced him to keep it real. Like, how do we expect the rest of the pass? Do we want a Russian linebacker? You're both like everything we do says stop the run. Okay, how does this help you with the slowest time to rush in the NFL? You were 32nd ranked in time to pressure the quarterback in the NFL. Why don't we say this? Well, I know why we don't say this. And shout out to Lions Collective again. I don't care if I said it a million times. I understand the opportunity that was in front of them. This is cool, right? This is cool. It look like they're at the little line shit. They're doing it big. Shout out to them. We never get to hear from Brad Holmes. I fuck with this. I really do. I want to make that very clear. I fuck with this. But come on, man.
can play all up and down the line. So we're excited to get him.
I know you said it wasn't either or with those two guys, but you
Keldrick
didn't
Falk,
start
thank you, Detroit fan.
Muhammad in any of the 17 games last year, and obviously Wanham is that early down player. Is there a stylistic element that is important to you in that position that you needed to address?
Yeah, like we've always been pretty clear about the importance of setting edges
How many times are you talking about setting the goddamn edge? That's why James Houston isn't here. That's why when I go say, hey, there's a great situational pass rusher in Donovan as a rookie, we need to fix our pass rush. We can find a James Houston replacement. They don't care about finding a James Houston replacement. Is that a thing that they're lockstep with? Does Brad Holmes not care about a situational pass rusher? Or is that the Derek Barnes role that he's just never lived up to, and Brad Holmes can't realize that? There's so many questions. Like, I have so many questions. I would love to just sit down with him and keep it real. Like, no, but for like, not even a situational pass rusher. Like, we ain't gonna talk about how slow our corners is. We talked about Terrion a little bit. We'll get to that later. So I'll save that take. Let's keep going.
In the run game for our defense in the way that we play. Now, look, at the end of the day, when the first thing you think about when you talk edge rusher, I mean, you better get out the quarterback. That's not – you can set edges all day, but if you're not getting after the quarterback, then, it is what it is. And look, Muhammad, even if he wasn't the games that he didn't start and all that, but he was getting after the quarterback, but to have the ability to set edges, because I think that's when we're at our best defensively, is to stop the run. If you just
how many times are you gonna say set edges and stop the run?
Are speed balling after the quarterback.
And he thinks Larry Borum was a steal. Like, that's crazy. Like, if he right, that's crazy. But one thing I'm finding out for sure is He believes in Aleem Neal's $30 million cap hit. He believes in paying early. I'm telling you, but I think I cracked the case too early because that's what it legitimately is. I am in charge of making this football team make this owner millions of dollars. That's my job as a general manager. And I get to go out and be a scout. I get to scout college player. He might love the game. Like, he might really love going out there and scouting a fucking DB or finding an Amon-Ra in the 4th round. That really might get him fucking fired up. Like, these niggas is that fucking stupid? I got Amon-Ra in the 4th? Like, he might really be hyped. But Brad, what about these last couple years when you ain't been able to get them obvious picks, bruh? What about when you really had to go against the grain? What about when you really had to be better than everybody? What about when you really had to move up and go get a nigga and you couldn't? Why is your negotiating skills with the rest of the league so bad? How's it Howie Roseman is just so fucking friend? I ain't gonna say that because you black, and that might be why. And so, all right, nigga, I fuck with it. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie. It might be. He might not be the best smooth talking nigga to, you know what I'm saying? He might. I hate that that's your cop out, nigga, but I give it to you, you bitch ass nigga. It might be. He might not be able to just talk to these other owners like that. The Fords might not be fucked with like that. He might not have the charisma. You know what I'm saying? He might be a pure scout. He might not have the relationships that some of these other people got. That's in some of these boys clubs. You know what I'm saying? He might not have came up in them circles. So I respect. I'll give him that. But goddamn, it's a detriment. So I need you to start hitting on these goddamn draft picks when you're not picking with 5-6 players in the top 100. When you got to pick with 2 players in the top 100. When you got to navigate. When you got to turn those 5th and those 4th round picks and the 3rd and 2nd round picks. Or you got to stop being so goddamn arrogant like you know every goddamn thing.
Then
that's all I'm saying. Because right now it ain't equaling wins, and we got to sit here and look at DJ Wanham. 113th out of 115 qualified pass rushers. And you sit here in this goddamn interview and talk about setting the edge. Boy, I hate a nigga to play in my face like I don't know ball. I hate somebody to sit in my place and just play me like I don't know ball. That shit is crazy. He was 113th out of 115 qualified pass rushers, bro. You gonna sit here and talk about set the edge. Yeah. He can't rush the passer, but he can set the edge, though. Hey, look, though. Hey, I got him for $6 million. He can set the edge, though. But what about the underlying issue? Nigga, they let this nigga slide. What about the underlying issue, Bradley? Slowest time to pressure in the league, you go and get Peyton Turner with his 5 career sacks. And DJ Wanham. But look though, I only had a couple of dollars to work with after I'd restructured Jared Goff. And I was able to turn that into Larry Borum and Juice Scruggs. Because Drew Scruggs got to be better than Mahogany, right? And then I get to thinking like, yeah, he got to be better than Mahogany. And K Mays got to be better than Graham Glasgow, right? Yeah, he got to be better than. But Borum, but when you let Taylor Decker go for Borum and you tell me that you needed Taylor Decker to take a pay cut so that you can go sign, you let Taylor Decker go to sign DJ Wanham and Peyton Turner, it kind of leaves a little something to be desired, Bradley. That's all I'm saying. Like, we let Taylor Decker walk for DJ Wanham, a nigga that can barely walk. I don't understand it. He can set an edge, but he can't bend. What I meant to say was he can set an edge, but he can't bend the edge. I fucked it all up though. Anyway, next clip. This don't make no sense to me. What a clip set, bro. What the hell is that?
To make some trades that we were trying to do.
And then last one, do you feel like you've set yourself up well enough in free agency with some of the moves you made, getting DJ in here, Peyton Turner, to just maybe pass on an edge if the moment comes and there's a player rated highly on your board?
Do you think you've done enough in free agency with the signing of DJ Wanham and Peyton Turner to pass on an edge that you have rated highly? This is a very good question by my black brother here. Yeah, I dare you to wiggle your way out of this question.
Look, I don't think you can ever have enough of those guys, really.
Well, look, I don't ever think you can have enough of them. Then why we ain't got none? What the fuck? We got Aiden. Okay, I'll give him that. We got one. We literally got one. I don't think you can ever have enough of them. Who the fuck? Who is he talking to? Y'all not hearing me. Who is this nigga talking to? That is funny, bruh. I don't care what y'all say, bruh. You can never have enough of these guys. Why we ain't got none? What is going on, bruh?
We're excited about the guys that we got at that.
We're excited about the guys that we got. That's his first two sentences. Hey, two completely different directions he just went in two separate. First of all, you can never have too many of them guys. Second of all, we love the guys that we got. Nigga, answer the question.
Position, but I don't think you can ever have enough of them. So
back to I don't think you can ever have enough of them. So he's leaving it open that in the draft, but I want to know, is it a situational pass rusher? Are you thinking about going to get a David Bailey, a guy who doesn't fit your need or doesn't fit the specific role that you have for a traditional edge opposite of Aiden Hutchinson, but you have seen consistent success with? I mean, you cannot look at the success of James Houston that as he had with this team and outside of being on this team, right? Success as a situational pass rusher. And then you bring in Al-Qadim Muhammad, who admittedly, well, he ain't not admitted, but I will. He ain't no edge setter. He ain't going to be worth a whole lot in the run game, but he can go get that quarterback if you let him be a pure situational pass rusher next to Aiden Hutchinson. Now, are you praying that DJ Wanham does the same thing that Muhammad did? I think it's a better chance that his ass end up missing 6 games than him having 11 and a half sacks, bro. And I hope you ain't stupid enough to fall for that either. But if you are telling me that, hey, we got us 2 bona fide edge setters that can play first and second down, why not go get a situational pass rusher? Like, why not go get one of those 6'3", 240 guys that kick ass on the outside and go get the quarterback? It's literally all you missing. You're the only team in the NFL with 2 4-5 speed outside corners. What are you doing, Brad? Somebody gotta have some juice coming off that edge. And their first assignment can't be to fill the C gap or kick inside and force everything down to the linebacker. It can't be. You need a designated sniper.
So I don't think, again, if it's the right player,
What does that mean? There's 2 very specific roles, and you need both of them filled. Why do you keep talking to us like we don't know ball? You need a true 3-down edge. That's what you need. That's what when he talks about finding some, when he's talking about finding another edge you ain't ever got to pull off the field. That's one way to go about it. But there's also the DJ Wanham and the Peyton Turner, which is what you get out of Keldrick Falk. But there's also the David Baileys, the Messadors. There's also some boys with some juice coming off the edge that are specifically designed to be third down pass rush specialists. You have a need for both on your team.
That happens to play that position, then that's a player that we'll covet. But again, I always say, man, like if we draft that position,
listen to what this nigga said.
If we draft that position and that player is not producing, what are you guys gonna say?
Bad pick.
You're gonna say, oh man.
If we draft that position, and he said it like he reminded me of Ish from the Joe Budden podcast. This nigga just pissed me off so bad. One of them niggas that think they so smart, they say the most basic shit and act like it was profound. If we draft a player at that position and he don't produce, yo B, what y'all gonna say then? We gonna say you suck, nigga. What do you mean? What the fuck you think we gonna say? You ass, nigga. You dog shit. You suck, Brad. Get out, go, boo, you suck. What the fuck else we supposed to say? That's your fucking job. It's your job. Brad, that is boo fucking who for you. You get paid the big bucks to go fix a fucking problem. What if I fuck it up? No. Listen to me though, chat. What if I fuck it up? What if I go out there and I evaluate an edge all motherfucking off season? What if I think I found the guy? What if I'm wrong? What y'all gonna say if I'm wrong? What y'all gonna say if I'm not good enough? Could it be worse than what we saying now? Nigga, you stink. I don't know if he can read the room. Well, he read that room pretty well because this is a press release. But I don't know if this nigga can read the room. Nigga, you suck. We not fucking with you. Oh my God, this nigga make me so mad, bruh. Oh my God. Hey, shout out to Lions Collective. I fuck with them. But Bradley, come on, gang. We need some situational awareness. We need something. I know you got YouTube the same way I do. I know you search your name up. What do you think they're saying about you, brother? Hey, bro. Hey, listen. Now, everybody want me to go out and get another edge rusher. But listen here. If I do, and he ain't good, what you gonna say then? Man, if this nigga don't get the fuck out.
But and in the moment, you guys, hey, they drafted that edge. They drafted that whatever that position is. But no, it has to be the right player. Because that's why I say all the time, it's easy to just draft a certain position every single. I think you do that every round, but
Yep.
I think I was on one of my rants about the positional value things probably a year or two ago, and I saw one of the members of the media. I was on my rants, well, yeah, you can draft a position every round, but and then one of the guys kind of said silently, like, good players. And I was like, well, yes, that's the thing that we run into. But yeah, no, it's not going to be. I don't think edge.
Are you saying there haven't been any good edges? I mean, if you would speak directly and just say it, there haven't been any good edges. Jared Verse wasn't good. Like, say it. What are you trying to say, bro? The boy from Atlanta, before he became a fugitive, he had double-digit sacks. I know that's taboo. We ain't gonna go there. Jared Verse was pretty damn good. I don't know. A couple of these guys, Latu, you stick him next to Aiden, I can't tell you he ain't gonna be pretty damn good. I don't know. What are you saying? You're talking in riddles.
Rusher in any position going to be ignored, but we're happy with the guys that we have right.
We're happy with the guys that we have right now. We're happy with the slowest time to pressure in the fucking league, and nobody bats an eye. Look at everybody's face. Look at the admiration. This is a man that's going to get paid, and I ain't even mad at him. This is a man that's going to get some fucking money in his life. Look how locked in everybody is. Nobody bats. Oh, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Kind of look like. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta give my niggas some credit. He gotta look like. Nigga, what the fuck you talking about? I ain't gonna lie. I gotta give him credit. He do got this look on his face like. Okay, yeah, he could have passed. I ain't gonna lie. He could have passed. Sometimes niggas just can't hide it. Sometimes niggas just can't hide it, girl. Sometimes niggas can't hide it, bro. It's over. He ain't really. Yeah, it don't look like he really going right here. He the one I gotta get some credit to. He the one I gotta give some credit to.
Now, but if the right player's there, absolutely.
Brad, bigger picture on the defense. You've talked about a few times your free agency focus ended up, whether it was intended or not, to be your offensive line. That's where the budget went.
Yeah.
And so, just I don't want to be disrespectful.
The budget went to the offensive line. What fucking budget?
The guys you signed, like that's important. But
OK was top 10. K Mays is the 9th highest paid at his position.
Amik got what he got. Alex got what he got. AQM got what he got. Those were bigger deals than the guys you signed. And so it looks like you've taken a step back there. That looks like also the unit that needed more work coming out of last season. Your offense has been top 5 for feels like a decade now. So
keep glazing.
Given where you're at with that, how much work do you still feel like you have to do on the defense here?
Good question, brother, because that defense ass.
Start of the offseason program.
Yeah, I don't think that work.
I should have let that play. I don't know how that question ends. That was a fucked up place to let that stop. I would love to see the answer to that question. And I don't want to play it directly off. Well, we might. Fuck it. If y'all want to go and directly do it. But here, we on to the next clip.
Do you like what you have there with those guys, or do you still feel a need to maybe add some more competition and depth in that room?
Competition makes everybody better.
This is about Terry Arnold.
Just like, kind of what I said about with Jeff about, whether any situation
To expect that those guys will be signed, maybe the next
possible outcome, and make sure that we're optimistic planner, in terms
Okay.
of like I just like the thing, so that's really about the most that I can say about that. But I could say there's not one thing that you're not aware of that you don't think about. So, whether any situation, whether it's something that a player went through off the field or something that a player is going through on the field from a medical standpoint, I'm just more of a let's call it a pessimistic planner, in terms of like I just like to prepare myself for that. I'm not saying that something's going to
be
come
back.
out worse, but that's how I prepare on all situations. But I always hope for the best as well. So that's kind of.
He describes himself as a pessimistic planner. If there's any truth to him offering Terrion Arnold in packages to go get Max Crosby as a way to not have to add an additional first-round pick into the 2 firsts that they were initially asking for, which resulted in him going to Baltimore. If there's any truth to that, right, this would kind of lead that type of player, person who believes in that type of rumor, to think, damn, there was some sauce there, because when it comes to regarding his situation, excuse me, and adding competition to the cornerback room, he says he is a pessimistic planner, and this is outside of him bringing in Etienne, who he is going to talk about if he didn't already, but he did talk about bringing in Etienne. He did bring in McCrary. I would not be surprised after he says what he says if they did shock the world and take a cornerback in the
Out of my way of saying that we look at every single avenue and every single possible outcome and make sure that we're prepared.
2 corners in the first 3 rounds is what I just heard.
final question for you. You haven't.
Do you like what you have?
That's all I have for the clips. There's any other parts of it y'all wanted to break down or discuss, I could always do it. But that's all I have for the clips as far as that goes. From Juice Scruggs to Larry Borum to goddamn, excuse me, DJ Wanham, Peyton Turner. He's either being completely honest or he's selling a dream. But either way, the goal was to do what he could. The market for edge wasn't ever going to be above $6 million. Does that explain why we didn't give that to Joey Bosa or whatever? Now, it does take two to tango. Maybe Joey Bosa or some edge rusher that can actually fucking, I don't know, do something in terms of – there wasn't 113th out of 100. I don't care what they say about setting no motherfucking edge. When it come to rushing the passer, yeah, come on now. It ain't going to be him, so who is going to be? That's the question. Jack Campbell was a damn good linebacker, and his job is do exactly what he's been doing. So who's the edge rusher? Is it Derek Barnes? That ship has sailed, brother. We would have seen some type of development, some type of leaps and bounds. I fuck with Derek Barnes, but it would be delusional to think that there's somehow something that's about to come of that. I don't see where that's gonna go. So the good thing is the draft could go either way. The draft is a lot more interesting now. The board is a lot more open for them, clearly. It might not be a tackle. Might not be an edge. Might be a corner. Might be best player available. Might be Kenyon fucking Sadiq. It ain't no telling what they about to do. He seems to think that, hey, I got some starters. I got some key contributors for $2 million. Y'all looking at this offseason all wrong. That's what I heard. What? I only had a couple dollars to work with. I went out and turned that into this player, that player. We good. No, we not, fool. We're going to see, though. We are going to see. Let's take it to the comments, man. Shout out to everybody that's in here. Way better, thanks. Yo, what's up, chat? Too bad they didn't ask about Bourne being the reason we had a Hutch rule at practice last year. If that Hutch rule shit is true, that's crazy. You can call me Taz. Pacheco was hilarious at the presser. Never heard a guy just make up a nickname like that before. A character indeed. Williams, laugh out loud. Davis, laugh out loud. Who's Caleb Davis? I don't know. I don't trust Holmes anymore. He signed Teddy 2 gloves. Now you know he ain't taking golf spot. Well, nobody was going to do that. If we would have got Kirk Cousins or AR in here and the fans calling the name, he would go insane. He loved golf. Last year we had joint practice. Yeah, with the Dolphins. Yeah, got that. Holmes got to go. Bargain being Brad or Goofy. Keldrick Fogg. What up, though? Brad's full of shit. Want him. Holmes still selling hope. The Lions ain't going nowhere with Holmes. We good, though. And we got golf at $67 million. What up, Slimy? To be fair, Decker's still free, which is fair. You got the clip of them asking about Decker coming back. I guess it's still possible. Don't look good. I mean, it is still possible. It don't look good. I'm pretty sure that was disrespectful. I'm pretty sure Decker probably won't make $21 million in the open market. But still a slap in the face. That's an ugly situation. Like, you want my money to do what? I'm pretty sure Decker asked the nigga. For who? I'm pretty sure if he told, hey, Della Decker, look, I need to take a pay cut. We going to get Khalil Mack. Decker would have been like, all right, okay, we might be able to work a little something out. If you imagine the nigga coming to you, say, hey, I need you to free up about 10, 11 million. We want to go get DJ Wanham. Boy, if you don't get the fuck out of my face talking about my money, I'm sorry, bro. I get both sides when it comes to Taylor Decker. I just feel like there should have been a lot more respect put on, right? That's a premium position. You already wilding. You're going to your left fucking tackle. You're wilding. You're wilding. You're wilding. I hope you do come back, though. That was still bold as fuck. That was bold. You going to your left tackle talking about, I'm going to bring in an edge that's 113th out of 115th for passing it. And rushing the passer, bro. 113th out of 115 qualified players, bro. That's insane to me, gang. That's insane, bro. Brad Holmes doesn't know how to build the trenches. Oh, wait, my bad. I lost my place. I'll get back to that comment. You can tell. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Kendrick Fall, boom. Wanham, Holmes still selling hope. Good. We back. You got the clip of them? No, I don't got the clip though. It's all right. We got grit. Well, look, gonna start using that all the time now. We don't have a fucking edge. We cook. He doesn't sound excited. Very hard turn from we're good now to we'll look. You can never have enough. We ain't ever got one. That's the funny part about it. We got Hutch of them. And I like Mesidor if we don't go tackle. He looking at Parker for sure. Nigga had injury issues. I'm kind of scared of Mesidor. Hope he wasn't just good now because he's 3 years older in this competition. Yeah, I wouldn't touch Mesidor, but if we just asking him, to be a situational pass rusher, I ain't saying he wouldn't be effective if he only playing on third down. I can't believe he drafted Giovanni Manu and Broderick Martin, but a situational pass rusher as high as Mesidor could possibly go. If he falls, I mean, it's a no-brainer if he falls. First round, he's probably out for a lot of teams in the NFL, though. He could still be there in the top 50, though. So we would still have a chance to do something in the first round. There's a chance Mesidor could still be there at 50 because of his age. Let's see. Yeah, but in the first round, I wouldn't even look at Mesidor old ass. I'm kind of scared of Mesidor. Yeah. I can't believe he drafted Giovanni Manu and Broderick Martin and seriously just said that. It wouldn't be the first year he's wrong. We better not have a GM that searches his name. Now that we need a tackle, watch he draft an edge, elbow, and kneecaps. Brad Holmes so cheap, man. Cam died. Got it together now. All Brad say is BS and fans still believe it. Well, the slow ones. Brad's a bun. NFC Championship. Croce stays still empty. Super Bowl trophy case still empty. Holmes says we always work to make the defense better. Never done working politically very clean. Is Brad prepared if Lions don't make the playoffs? It sounds like he's safe. A lot of the pressure sounds like it's on Dan, bro. Exactly what if Lions don't make the playoffs? He could have drafted David Ajabo the same year as Hutch. They asked about Decker returning. He ain't. It's like he was non-committal, right? Guys, yeah, Brad's a fucktard. Dan too, but the reason we won't win is golf, not because, okay, whatever. Not just because he's literally a R-word in game. This nigga slimy. That matter, but the contract is egregious. Yes, Dan had his miscues, but he's also only coached the players he has have usually injured. Yeah, a lot of that. I mean, boy, if Dan, that's the only thing saving Dan though. Like, because I think it's very interesting if you take their relationship and you look at it 50-50 down the middle. If you really put yourself in both of their shoes, right? If you really cosplay as Dan and then jump out of that and cosplay as Brad, they both have a compelling case to keep their job, right? The reason for me Brad tends to lose is because it's not like I'm looking around. It's not like I'm looking around and I'm seeing it reminds me so much of Martin Mayhew and Jim Caldwell. Outside of going to the NFC Championship and winning a playoff game in that one season. Out of 5 years, they did good in one. We're not going to keep doing that. Outside of them 5 years, there was a lot of Jim Caldwell shit going on. Outside of that 1 year, there was a lot of Jim Caldwell shit going on. 15-2 was crazy too. Don't get me wrong. That was an amazing regular season, and Jim Caldwell didn't do that. I give these niggas a credit, bro. It was a hell of a ride. I enjoyed it. I ain't gonna lie to you. When they was cooking, them niggas was cooking. I enjoyed that shit. 15-2 was crazy. Caldwell, but outside of that very short time frame that only equaled to playoff success in one season, there's been a lot of Jim Caldwell 9-7, 9-8 shit going on. So it kind of reminds me of the Martin Mayhew, Jim Caldwell thing, where it's like, I gave you Stafford, I gave you Sue, I gave you this, I gave you that, and you can't get a 100-yard rusher. You can't win a playoff game. And then whatever Jim Caldwell's saying back, you ain't gave me no solid offensive lineman, or you ain't gave me no solid running back that can stay healthy. Javi Best got hurt, Michael LeJour got hurt. Like, whatever it's very similar with these two. Because for the same thing, Brad Holmes can say, I gave you this, I gave you Goff, I gave you Panay, I gave you Gibbs, I gave you St. Brown. Come on now, goddamn. You had Taylor Decker, you had this, you had all these players, you got Kirby Joseph, you got Brian Branch, I gave you Carlton Davis for a year. Like, I've given you shit. And you keep going for it on fourth down. Fucking shit up. You keep losing coordinators. Fucking shit up. You keep hiring trash coordinators. Fucking shit up. Like, I get it. It's a very compelling fight if you put yourself in both of their shoes. If you look at the roster that we've had, even with the injuries are absolutely 100% gotta stop. We gotta stop drafting these injury-prone ass players. But injuries aside, we scored 31 points in the playoffs, but Jared fucking Goff. Scored 31, bro. Jared Goff just kept turning the ball over, bro. If he would have just protected the ball against Washington, bro, we probably would have did some amazing shit, bro. He was 15-2, bro. That's the only game outside of the Texans game. We won that game. It's very hard to win. The quarterback turned the ball over 4 times, bro. Threw a pick six. Threw a fucking pick six. We could have had it all, bro. That's the funny part. We literally could have had it all, bro. Would you guys be mad if he took K McDonald? Stop paying our guys goddamn top money. Pay them what they are. Pay them 5 to 10 money. Golf definitely ain't worth that. That's what's pissing me off. I don't understand how the NFL is getting by on that. In the NFL, you gotta pay guys for what they gonna be paid in year 3 or year 5, whereas you should be getting paid for who you are when it's time to get paid. And that's kind of how I feel like he's getting bent over the negotiation table, because it's like, yeah, I heard some segments about, hey, do you guys feel better about St. Brown's contract? No, hey, now that Jackson Smith and Jigba got paid. Nigga, Jackson Smith and Jigba has a fucking Super Bowl ring. 2 different conversations. When you do what he did, plus you put the ring on your finger, you are telling an organization, you can win with me getting top dollar. Amon-Ra, unfortunately, is not in that conversation. Just like nobody else in this fucking team is in that fucking conversation. And then so until you get in that fucking conversation, no! It don't change shit. Oh my God, the contract was so good now because Justin Smith and Jigga got paid. And you remember, you got to pay for what the market's going to be. No, nigga, this is the top receiver in the market with a Super Bowl ring. And guess who's coming up? Cooper Kupp. Guess who he is? Another top receiver in the fucking market with a Super Bowl ring. That's one thing I wish the NFL would adapt like the NBA. That a ring should matter. Or at least go into the Super Bowl. Somebody like Carlton Davis who could say, hey, I got a Super Bowl with the Bucks, and I was in a Super Bowl with the Patriots. I've been to 2 Super Bowls as the number 1 corner. I deserve to get paid. Carlton Davis should never, ever, he should have never been a fucking Patriot. Them niggas can have these type of conversations. Amon St. Brown, unfortunately, ain't got shit but a couple personal records, a couple cherry-picked NFL records, and some team records. And he's always over St. Brown. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with St. Brown. But, like, is he Megatron, nigga? No. Did Megatron ever win a fucking playoff game? I don't care. That's me personally. A lot of these YouTubers, they gonna say that. That's me personally. Sorry. The greatest receiver franchise history never won a playoff game, buddy. Never won a single playoff game. Was mossing everything in sight. Everything in sight. 3 niggas had to guard him. Still caught the ball. Didn't get to be in the slot catching slants. Sorry. It's a lot of Golden Tate shit going on. Never won a playoff game with us. Never won a playoff game. Golden Tate. Never won a playoff game with us. Was electrifying. Seen it all before, my nigga. That's all I'm saying. And I think St. Brown's better than Golden Tate, but y'all get the point. Y'all niggas get the point. Y'all get the point. It feels, let me see. Golf definitely worked that. No, Golf worked $40 million a year max. Nobody else would have paid his ass. Golf not worth no fucking 40 mil. I better wrestle number. Brad's not done nothing. Oh, he won 2 playoff games. Yep, but also lost 2. 9-8 last year, winning season, but out of the playoffs, so not. It feels eerily like, what was it, 2022, where we started off like 2-8 and then finished off 9-2 for the rest of the year, or 9-8 for the rest of the year, or whatever. It feels eerily like that precipice where, if you remember how that year started, niggas was talking about firing Brad Holmes. Niggas was talking about firing Dan Campbell. People wasn't happy. Woodward Sports wasn't happy. I wasn't happy. Nobody was happy. Lions Syndicate was Glaze and Dan Campbell. Glaze and Brad Holmes. This is before everybody had their little. This is before the good times. Do y'all remember, or just everybody just seemed to have recency bias? I remember when it was I who told y'all something ain't right. These niggas are not constructing a team. They can do more than what I now know is exactly what they wanted it to be constructed for. They want to sell merch. They want to sell merch. They want advertisement. They want to sell Ford products. They want to market their players, and they need to be competitive. They are smashing those goals. So it's hard to criticize when those goals are being smashed. But Mike Valeni said it best, and I hate to be on here agreeing with Mike Valeni. I hated this nigga for years, and I don't even listen to y'all radio down there. But, brother, do you know how many people have died waiting on these niggas to just fucking go to the Super Bowl? Do you know how many people are no longer on planet Earth that grew up from the moment that they knew what a football was? They were rooting for the Detroit Lions and gave they fucking last breath. And we never won shit. We never won shit. So I'm sorry. I speak for our ancestors when I say, nigga, win the goddamn Super Bowl. Just go. All you gotta do is go. All you gotta do, I don't give a fuck about how many jerseys you sell. I can't believe I bought one. I fuck with Brian Branch. But I promise you, if Brian Branch don't get a contract, I promise you I wouldn't give a fuck. Tore your Achilles. You already run a 4.58 coming out in college. Hey, nigga, I will remember you for having the greatest rookie sophomore year I ever seen as a freaking free safety on my team. I fuck with you. Peace. Sam Laporta too. There's no way we talking about investing more money in players that have not proven that they can stay healthy, or players that have significant injuries. That can't be our thing if we talking about avenging all these dead people, all these families that spent all this money. All of you niggas, your fucking daddy was barbecuing in a fucking backyard and taking y'all to fucking Lions games where you got fucking straight A's or you got a fucking C on your latest test. All that time, daddy dead and gone, and we still right here at 9 fucking wins. What the actual fuck? Shit is ridiculous. We are right here again. 2026, 9 wins. It's a never-ending fucking cycle, and that's why I don't understand the Brad bots. I don't understand the Dan Campbell bots. I don't understand none of y'all niggas. Y'all glaze all these niggas. Y'all pay all these players before they ever break the fucking cycle and wonder why you're still on the goddamn hamster wheel. Glaze, 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 glaze. That's all I ever fucking see. That's all I ever fucking see when I cut on YouTube and I get recommended something about my own fucking team that I know sucks. I got to watch some people who just created a fucking YouTube channel 2 years ago talk about how fucking Myles Garrett's about to be the Lion. It has fucking 30,000 views because the fans are stupid. The fuck do y'all be on here talking about? My bad. I digress. Let me snap out of it. After hearing your arguments for Brad and Dan, maybe both just need to step up a little. Carlton Davis is a bad look on Brad, though. I agree. And a part of them both having to step up a little means taking the utmost advantage of the easiest schedule in the NFL and a prime opportunity, to make magic happen. He has to be right. He had that look on his face. What do you mean? I had this much cap space. I got Juice Scruggs and I got Laurie Borum. Y'all tripping. Y'all keep talking about deaf players. Don't be surprised. That's what he said. Don't blame me. That's what he said. Don't be surprised. Some of these deaf players play meaningful minutes because he ain't out there looking for deaf players. Little do y'all know. I'm right, bitch. I'm so glad they had him on. And shout out to them. I see big things in y'all future. Y'all niggas going somewhere. I need him to keep coming out and exposing the truth. I see why he don't talk much. Yeah. Hey, we good to, you could never have too much. It ain't going nowhere, gang. It ain't going nowhere. Bro. A leave deal makes $30 million. Whoop the fuck. That's crazy. That should let you know what he values. Yeah. A leave deal, $30 million. Career high 5 sacks. That's $6 million a sack. $6 million a sack, man. Hey, man, that's an expensive ass defensive tackle, brother. I'm thinking we're the problem. As long as we got 20,000 people in line waiting to buy season tickets, that's the only sustained success they care about. I ain't the problem, but I get where you're going, brother. We are the problem. J-Mo also threw a pick. We could have lived with the wide receiver throwing one. He should have just fucking ran it. Yep, line so hope. I'll feel better about Amon-Ra's contract once he get off the top 10 most dropped lists. My Holmes don't even get paid that much. Well, Golf getting $40 mil this year, $64 mil next year. That's after the restructure. Oh, I know it, brother. After hearing your arguments for Brad and Dan, they both need to step up. I'm not a Brad fan at all, but I like Dan. If we had Kirby and Branch, I think we make the playoffs last year. If it was a fifth, we would all be drunk. I hate that. Because I agree with you. If we weren't an injury prone ass team, we definitely should have had a winning record and made the play. But unfortunately, that tends to be a trending habit with us. Right? Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be a Kirby and Brian Branch thing. That seems to be attached to Brad Holmes a lot more than I think you're giving credit right now, at least. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, well, all your players always hurt. Nah, like, DJ Wadham almost died. He said it was a thing he had to get through. If I'm DJ Wadham, I damn near want to smack the shit out of him, but I need my check to clear first. And I need to find somewhere to live. Do you understand where I'm coming from? 3 surgeries, blood clots, blood thinners, infections. Something to get through. But keep that nigga talking. I don't give a fuck about making the playoffs. We need win a goddamn NFC Championship trophy, please. For Martha Ford, she's 101. Ancestors is crazy, laugh out loud, true. But crazy, damn. If we supposedly the new Lions 9-8 wouldn't be good enough, it wouldn't happen. Driving out the Pontiac all them years for what? Dan stopped us from getting laughed at and bullied. Okay. But also, it's true, we're on the cusp now. We have 5 consecutive winning seasons for the first time since, like, Charlie Chaplin, so we got to celebrate, right? I mean, same energy as hanging up a banner saying we made the playoffs, I guess. Stop it with winning seasons. What have they won? Bradshaw said Dollar General because he pays everyone too much. Aleem and J-Mo were two players that he should have paid, and Carlton Davis should still be a Lion. That's a fact. I think if we get the line together, I think we have nothing to worry about on offense. We got to be able to stop the run like the 15-2 year. If we can stop the run, we're going to be good. I think that's why they got Wanham. Should have kept Roy Lopez. I think respectfully, we do need to stop the run because we're built that way. I think changes should have been made. I feel like there should have been some type of adjustment that should have been made. It's been 6 years. Well, we're going into year 6, let me say that. All right. We're going into year 6. Even the year where we were stopping the run, we had obvious weaknesses. You know what our obvious weaknesses were? I'll tell you. Rushing the quarterback and stopping the pass. Even with Aiden Hutchinson being great, then he got hurt. A little whoop-de-doo. And Aleem McNeil stepped up so much with 5 sacks. You see, the problem is if your defense wasn't built how it is constructed, you had prime fucking opportunity. When Aaron Glenn got his job with the Jets, it was prime fucking opportunity for a shift in your defense. A chance to look at it with fresh eyes. We need to run something else. That does not mean you have to change who Jack Campbell is. Jack Campbell isn't only meant for this defense. He is an all-pro. It doesn't mean you have to change who Aiden Hutchinson is. This nigga speaks as if Aiden Hutchinson couldn't shine in an attacking defense. All these players would shine in an attacking defense. Would you be susceptible to the deep ball? Sure. I would rather that than be susceptible to everything else. Like, okay, cool. I mean, we're still susceptible to the deep ball if we're talking. Without Kirby Joseph, he was the one cleaning it up, getting them interceptions on them deep balls in the middle of the field. And that's why he got paid. But it's such a fragile machine, especially in today's game, where players, guess what? They get hurt, especially yours. The defense needs a shift. I would rather run the fucking Tampa 2 defense like the old school Bears than keep running this shit. This don't work. At least make it a hybrid version like the Seahawks, but even the Seahawks know you got to have sub 4-5 corners in 2026. You got 2 4-5 corners, man. And then you brought in Roger McQuarrie. You got 3 4-5 corners that's expected to play a lot of football. And then you go and get the second worst pass rushing edge. Like, this, why are they so invested in this particular defense? Why can't we adjust yet? If Aleem McNeil has so much upside as a pass rusher, if Tyleik Williams has so much upside as a pass rusher, wouldn't the smartest thing to do, and the simplest, especially when you don't have money, wouldn't a scheme change be like the second thing on your mind? Like, all right, we don't have money to go out and get all these different players. I think you would be a good pass rusher. I think you would be a good pass rusher. And then the Lions just be like, but we not. Like, how's that not fucking insane to y'all, bruh? Like, you got all this opportunity right here. No. The reason we drafted Tyleik Williams, he reminds us a lot of Aleem McNeil. We can ask him to lose weight. He can go get 5 sacks. We'll get 5 out of him, 5 out of him, and 12 out of Aiden. Okay, that sounds like a pretty good D-line. Yeah, but we're not going to do that. They just going 2-gap all day. 2-gap all day. These niggas out here 2-gapping, and the quarterback is looking 30 yards down the field. Niggas not even trying to get a sack. Just 2-gapping. Quarterback like, damn, I'm good? Okay. This shit, man. What are we doing, bro? Why are we so easy to make fun of, bro? That's what I be mad about. It's just so easy to make fun of these guys, bro. It's just so easy to make fun of him, bro. It's so easy to make fun of him, bro. That's on Dan with them gladiator practices. It probably is. Like I said, I think if you put yourself in both their shoes, that's an interesting conversation to have on who's at fault. They both got to say, so they both got work to do. Yeah, I think the J-Mo contract is one of Brad's best. Should have got max, in my opinion. Aleem, though, is paid to be a top 5 defensive tackle. Can't wait to see that. Sarcasm. I'm excited about the new OC. Hopefully he works out. Excited will be the word, but definitely hope he works out. We need secondary. Never mind. We need everything on defense. I'm only saying that because you can't pay 2 wideouts and keep players like Laporta or Demo or sign a big name defensive end. Don't get me wrong. I love J-Mo, but contracts like that is where our defense is mid. And I've said he's basically he's been taken into that back room and bent over the table by every agent in the league. Unless, I mean, out of all the players he's drafted, of course. And maybe he just likes him like that. Maybe he just really, I don't know. But I keep saying I don't know. I do know. Enough money to pay them. Our floor is going to be really high. Never quite a Super Bowl champion until he has another one of those draft classes. But he I don't know if he knows, but there's this thing where you get caught in Pittsburgh Steeler land where you're always good enough to be competitive, never bad enough to go get the top guy in the draft. You're never good enough to get the best quarterback, you're never bad enough to get the best quarterback, best receiver, best edge. You're always kind of stuck in Pittsburgh Steeler land where you can keep having these winning seasons. But, you know, is being Mike Tomlin the worst thing in the world? If you're Mike Tomlin, no. If you want to make money, no. If you're a fan, you start to have some conversations. But even in that, I got to put respect on Tomlin's name because he fucking won. All we want to do is get there. These niggas suck. You like the idea of replacing Enzo's linebacker spot with another DB? Just go more athletic with a 4-2-5 scheme more often and skip his linebacker spot entirely? I don't like the idea more because the lighter we go on linebacker means the heavier we're going to go on the D line, which means we're not going to have any fucking pass rush. Now, if they go, I think that third linebacker has to be a pass rusher. It has to be a hybrid. It has to be somebody where Wanham can kick inside or Wanham can kick down in 2 gap. And then he can play wide 9 on pass rushing downs. And you pull one of those linebackers off the field. And it's Jack Campbell in the middle. And then Allen from Texas or Sonny Styles like that on the edge. That's what I would like. Because I believe in a situational pass rusher. I believe in a third down pass rusher. I believe in Khalil Mack. I believe in Von Miller. I don't believe in this bum-ass scheme. Now, in this scheme, I doubt it, bro. I fucking doubt it. I fucking doubt they would do that. And so then you would have to go extra heavy on the D-line just to stop the run. Bringing in a nickel more... No, bro. No. I mean, I don't care. It's not going to change the foundation. It's not going to change the foundation. I hate it. I hate the premise of our defense. It's taking that linebacker off and putting the nickel there makes you better, hopefully, in pass coverage. You're going to lose some oomph in run game, so you're going to have to go heavier on your D-line. And he's going to have to be a real downhill cornerback. While it's modern and the rest of the league does it, so I would tend to lean towards, yeah, let's do that because it's 2026. I still find myself caught on the underlying issue. That being, there's no pass rushing ability. There's no situational rushers. There are guys that you are saying, hey, we signed you to do this. We signed you to set the edge. We signed you to step the run. Hey, but listen, on third down, you can go get you something. Okay, but first of all, that's not his job, and first of all, that's not his expertise. And they're obviously not going to go get a book in because what if he don't produce? What if I get it wrong? It's stupid, bro. I'd rather run a Tampa fucking 2. I would literally rather run a fucking Tampa 2 in 2026 than run this shit. Like the Seahawks don't even do that. The Seahawks even got attacking run stuffers. Like the Seahawks, they want their goal is to, you got to be able to stop the run to play, but their scheme is still attack. It's still attacking. They not just two fucking gapping. They attacking. I hate this scheme, bro. I like Enzo, but getting older, slower. I'm excited for new faces. Hopefully these motherfuckers stay healthy too. I'm excited to see if it's a rookie, yeah. If it's a rookie, yeah, give him another shot. I'm not excited for anybody that's already in the building outside of Rodrigo, but he coming off an injury too, so I hope he's still good too. They don't find the defense important, seems like. So who is taking Enzo's spot? Draft the linebacker. If we don't draft the linebacker, probably Rodrigo. Defense wins championship, speed. We got to stay healthy or nothing else matters. Stop being pussies. Just game. But for real, we definitely got to stay healthy more than anything. And that's what it comes down to. That's what it's going to come down to. But again, hopefully it's just a 1-year thing, bro. It's just a little free trial. If we get, let's say we go out there, it's the easiest schedule in the league. We win 10 games. We make the playoffs, even if we lose in the first round of the playoffs. But you go, damn, Larry Borom was the 17th ranked tackle in the league. He was 17th or 18th. He was at starter level. We found a tackle. Juice Scruggs was the 20th ranked guard. At starter level. It's top 32. You know what I'm saying? And then you go, all right, well, we got them. Now we can go get. That's what they're going to sell you. Hey, that's kind of what you just got to hope for. It's kind of what you just got to hope for. And you got to hope Petson has a dynamic run game plan for Gibbs. It's obvious that Gibbs is going to be the engine going forward. Brad Holmes even talked about paying him. It could happen in the summer. It could happen before the draft, after the draft, in July. So we'll see, bro. We'll see. He sounds like he's eager to pay him now. I don't understand that, bro. But this season going to determine a lot, bro. It's going to determine a whole lot. It's going to determine a whole lot. If he can be taken serious anymore, if he's really that good, if he's that bad, whatever the case may be. Maybe they are planning for flag football. Man, we got to make a run this year if possible. 4th place schedule. Got to make a run if possible. I agree, but they not acting like they want to guarantee that happens unless he just really feels strongly about what we got on offense, already. Like the Golf, St. Brown, J-Mo, Tesla, Gibbs, Pacheco. On paper, the offense still, it's perennial. We've been scoring 35 points a game, 30-plus points a game. It's perennial, so we'll see, man. We'll see. We'll see. Again, shout out to the Lions Collective for the opportunity and even getting to sit down with them. Shout out for everybody that stopped in. This was my reaction to it. And Brad, we still don't trust you, dog. I don't trust you. You must sell that shit to whoever and whoever land. I feel like there should have been a lot more pushback, but it is what it is. Well, that's coming for the next 3-4 years. Well, that's our core for the next 3-4 years. Yes. Maybe they're planning for flag football. We gotta stay healthy. What part y'all on, bro? But look, though. I ain't really had too much after that. I just wanted to get that live out there for y'all. They say the Lions are done in free agency. There's no more moves coming. Hopefully that's not true. But it seems like it is. So y'all make sure y'all go over to the Lions Collective, watch the interview, drop them a comment, let them know how awesome that was that they got them. I'm going to get up off here. I can't believe this, man. Lions got to do better, brother. Y'all have a good night. It's been your boy, Diggo Mubby. I'm out.